I don't think that's a net loss.
And so we need to switch to something else. So I just need something to. So we're doing this. Actually, let me run my backup. I was telling Anuj I can run OBS, which just records my screen. So that's our backup in case this
Okay.
doesn't work.
All right.
But this is a service that's technically, I guess they have a deal with Spotify that allows us to record these.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Yeah, but again, if this doesn't work, technically I just need. Is this not recording? It is recording. Okay.
It is also uploading
No.
concurrently, which is interesting.
I mean, yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I meant, is it recording on OBS?
What is
That's
it
just a way-
uploading?
It's just uploading to my.
Snippets, I guess.
No, it's just. I think it's like concurrently processing it and uploading to my account. I don't know.
Oh.
Or we'll find out. We'll see. I don't have. There's no like. Oh, you know what? Maybe it does it. Hold on. Now I have to check. Does it go? Maybe it's going right into my Spotify account.
That would be funny.
Because I logged in. The reason my name is the experience is I logged in through Spotify. Let's see.
I thought you changed your name to the experience.
No, I could change my name, but it's already there.
Are you gonna apply for the legal name change? Do it.
This is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
What's up?
Hello, it's your girl Arianna.
Didn't Nadia used to do that too on the podcast? Or is that just you?
Definitely wasn't me. I've never done that before.
Alright. So what's up?
How's it going, Anuj? I haven't talked to you in ages. How's life?
Yeah. Well, Northern Virginia's treating me well. I went from technical work to more strategic, I guess, work. It's been an interesting challenge. It's been a ride, and yeah, I don't know if I can say we're vibing. I think I'm too old for that.
You're never too old to keep vibing.
I'm just too old to use the slang.
Yeah. So what?
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, we vibing. Let's go with that.
You still playing the trumpet?
Yeah, I actually joined a jazz band. Play with them when I can. Still play my trumpet after games.
Nice. How often do you meet with the jazz band?
We usually rehearse on weekends, and then
Okay.
we kind of have I don't want to call it a sporadic gig schedule, but I mean it's a little bit.
Okay.
But it's all good. Yeah. What are you up to these days?
Still at Tech doing the PhD.
Congratulations.
Thank you. In the first year of that, because I did my master's after undergrad, and
Nice.
I still play in the jazz band.
Nice.
Yeah.
It would be funny if you're still marching.
No, that'd be crazy. I couldn't even do it in masters. Like, I don't know how people have the time for that.
I don't know how Brian did it.
I don't either.
What's your PhD in?
computer science?
All right. Welcome to the CS Club. Let's go. What are you researching?
Animal-centered computing. So,
Interesting.
yeah, it's a pretty niche field, but I work designing interactive enrichment technologies for various animals.
All right.
Currently working with the elephants at the at Zoo Atlanta.
All right.
Hoping to work with other animals as well. It's very exciting stuff.
You doing any like embedded computing or for this project or?
It's a lot of sensors, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my undergrad was computer engineering, so I did a lot of that stuff then.
So now it's more, I guess, a little more of the software flavor, maybe.
I guess, Yeah, I mean it's a little bit all encompassing because I did my master's in HCI, so it's a little bit of design, a little bit of research, a little bit of sensors, a little bit of software.
That's a great way to put a bow on all of that. I applaud you for
Yeah,
that. Well done.
thank you. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
So this
Most
is
of
the
the
first year of the PhD.
Yeah.
They got you teaching yet?
Um, I'm gonna be a TA in the
Okay.
summer and the fall, but
All right.
not other than that. But yeah,
It would be funny
still.
if they had you teaching.
Well, I know sometimes people end up being an instructor for a course, but
Hmm.
I mean, it could happen, but I don't have to do that. You just have to be a teaching assistant.
Okay. I guess just being a research assistant doesn't cut it anymore. Huh.
Well, no, it's like you are either some semesters you're a research assistant, some semesters you're a teaching assistant. Um,
Hmm.
but you have to have 2 semesters where you're a teaching assistant just because like they want to know that if you're going to be a professor, like one, you've had experience in some form of teaching, and two, you have to take these like teaching certification kind of courses so that
Hmm.
you're like actually fit to teach. Because otherwise, you could get through the whole PhD without having ever taught anyone and then become a professor.
Yeah. I guess in that case, then you'd probably go to like an FFRDC to do like research and like
Yeah.
embedded. In your case, it would be embedded in specialized computing.
Yeah. But I don't really know what I want to do quite yet. Um, Probably industry, but that could always change.
All right.
But
That
yeah.
would be interesting. Industry is a PhD in embedded specialized computing. I don't know
Yeah.
why my mind always when goes like let's think of something like that. I was like, oh, 100% you're going to be doing like research and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's what I want to do, like working in the the plan has been to work in some sort of like industry research lab. Um,
Okay.
but I also haven't had too much, like I've had a little bit of experience teaching, but not too much to really know for certain whether I want to be a professor or not.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. I hope hopefully the project keeps going well, and if you ever decide you want to be a professor, and you might have to let me know what you're teaching, and if I'm ever in at Tech, I might I don't know, maybe I can audit the course or something.
Okay. I'll let
Is
you
that,
know.
is that how that works?
I don't know. I know that most of the time, if you get your PhD somewhere, you have to go away first before you could come back if you wanted to stay at Georgia Tech.
That's different.
Because they want you to have experience elsewhere and not just like completely stay at Georgia Tech full time. But yeah. Um, Daniel, how's life for you? I haven't spoken to you since you were in Atlanta.
That's true. That was years ago. Um,
Oh yeah, where are you now? You still in? Was it Maryland?
yeah, I'm in Maryland. Hey, Anuj, what's the weather tomorrow night? I heard it's going to rain in DC. Is that correct?
I
I
don't
was,
want it to rain in DC. I want to go play softball.
yeah, I was invited to this gathering of people, different types of people
I thought that
tomorrow
was
night,
on
and I
Monday.
Of different types of people. Can you tell me more
yeah.
about this gathering?
No, I actually, you know what? They're actually very similar types of people, but it's tomorrow night, and I want to know if I should take the train in or because if I take the train, I'm gonna have to walk like a mile, but I could try to drive, but then I have to find parking. This is what you were asking what's going on. This is what I'm doing with
This
my
is
life
what's
right now.
going on in your life?
Yeah, this is what's going on. And
Whether you
so
should
do you have
take
any?
public transportation or not?
I'm sorry?
Whether you should take public transportation or not?
Yeah, because like I
Okay,
said, if I take
mildly starting at 8. Looks like.
that's when my gathering is starting. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding?
What is this gathering? Tell me more.
It's a gathering of a group of people. It's not really that important.
Come on.
What's the gathering for?
So I participate in a flag football league, recreationally speaking.
All right.
We're doing a team mixer event.
That sounds like fun.
It was supposed to be 2 teams. Now I guess there's 3 teams involved. So we're doing a 3-way mixer, if you will. At like I think it's like at someone's house. So, but it's like in DC. I'll give the exact. I'll put the exact coordinates. The address.
Put it on the podcast.
On the podcast,
so that it can be told to everyone like 3 weeks later.
Yeah, by the time this comes out. Oh, this was coming out next week.
Okay.
Wait, not in like 3 days? Or I guess 5 days.
Yeah, 5. It's coming out in like 5 days.
Okay. That's what I thought.
That's what I mean. Sometimes like the one that came out this past couple days, I recorded that like a month ago. Because I've been traveling a lot lately, so. And I'm going back on travel in May, so it's...
Where you been traveling?
It's not anything fun. I'm traveling for work.
Welcome to my life.
Where'd you have to go?
It's even worse than that. You go on like fun work trips. This is for training in like the middle of nowhere. So it's not even like a fun trip. It's like multiple weeks of training.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
In Tennessee.
Where are you going? Nashville?
No. Just keep guessing Tennessee cities, and then I'll tell you when you get it.
Memphis?
No to Memphis. No to Knoxville. Is that what you said? No.
Pigeon Forge.
I wish.
No.
Chattanooga.
That's correct.
Yay!
There were only so many left.
Not Pigeon Forge. A work trip to Pigeon Forge.
That would be kind of funny.
A work trip to Chattanooga is already ridiculous. Okay.
It's not that bad. It's not the middle.
Why do we have a random training center there?
It's not that.
It's in the mountains. It's kind of cool. I wouldn't be mad.
There. You can get whiskey.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot I was speaking to Chattanooga's biggest fans.
Oh.
I'm not the biggest fan of Chattanooga. I just don't think it's classified as the middle of nowhere.
Isn't there like an aquarium there too? That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has an aquarium.
And the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
You know what? So, okay, long story. But when I was flying out, I met this person. I missed my flight. It was a whole thing. I didn't miss my flight, but like my flight got delayed, so I missed my connection. And I met this person who was also going to Chattanooga, and she's from there. She was coming back from like a different work trip. She unrelated. So I couldn't get rid of her. We spent way too much time in the airport together. But I asked her like, oh, I'm going to Chattanooga. Like, what should I do there? And she's just like, yeah, because you know what? There's not that much. She was like, I do rock climbing. I'm like, okay.
Well, that's cool.
She's like, there's an aquarium, I think. I'm like, are you from here? She's like, yeah, I lived here for whatever. I was like, do you know any good restaurants to go to? She's like,
oh my gosh.
Well, she was on something. She was like, she had like an existential crisis in the airport.
No.
Like, she just told you all this?
She told me a lot. Again, we spent hours together in the Charlotte airport.
Hours, huh?
Yeah, yes, hours, because I...
Nice?
No, because I had multiple flight cancellations and whatnot.
Oof.
So, she was like, can I find you on Facebook? I was like, no.
Oh.
That's not happening.
She's trying to make a connection.
She's trying to make a connection.
Are you on LinkedIn at all?
I told her, the only thing I'm on is LinkedIn. And she, that was it. So.
She said no to LinkedIn.
Well, I don't. She kind of I don't know. She kind of just shrugged it off. She didn't say no, but there was something.
Dang. Wow. I feel like Chattanooga is one of those cities that I think would be nice to live in, but not really like it's not that exciting to visit. You know?
That's the one way to put it.
I was
Like,
also like I was on vacation too. I was like working every
right.
day,
You're
so it's not
working.
like I could
So it
just.
doesn't really matter.
Well, I had like the weekend, but I was like, I don't know, I didn't feel like doing it. I went to the mall one day.
Oh.
Um, it was a mall. It was a mall. And
Okay.
the next day, I went to a farmer's market.
Oh.
Although it was like a little chilly when I was there. Not like cold, but like it was a little chillier than I was hoping for like April. Um, but yeah, I went to a farmer's market that was very small and didn't have anything interesting. And and then I went to Publix, and
You're making this trip sound thrilling.
again, it was a work trip. I'm
Well,
going back in a couple weeks, so
do you want to know? I know some things that you could do in Chattanooga.
okay. Yeah,
I took
you're an
one trip
expert.
there once. Um, all right, so there is a restaurant called the Yellow Deli. Okay. Um, and it is run by a religious cult.
What?
So yeah. So if you go there, just keep that in mind. Don't get sucked in and become part of their religious cult. Okay. Um, so
It's
what
called the
they
Yellow Deli, you say?
yeah, the Yellow Deli. They have other things too, like I think it's called like the Mate Factor or something like that. Um, they're all over the place. Um, they are a really extreme cult. They sometimes set up like on the Appalachian Trail and like take in hikers to like let them sleep the night there, but then that's how they kind of like rope them in, or like people at music festivals who are uh like overdosing on drugs, they help them out and then they kind of take them in. But these people, they live, they live together. They get rid of all of their personal belongings, and then they work at this restaurant, and all of the earnings, go collective. And when you go there, it feels like it's so cutely decorated. It's like it feels like The Hobbit kind of. Um, and the food honestly is really good, but you feel guilty eating it because it was made by these poor people who are stuck in a cult.
Mm.
Um, and the men look happy, but the women look depressed. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna say you should or shouldn't go there, but if you're curious about cults, you could go there.
Have you seen the Netflix documentary How to Become a Cult Leader?
No.
Check it out.
Okay.
It's actually really good. He also does one on how to become a tyrant and how to become a mob boss.
Okay. Which one would you want to be? A cult leader, a mob boss, or a tyrant?
Ooh. Probably a mob boss.
Hmm. What about you, Daniel?
Um, what was the third one? A cult leader, a mob boss, or what?
A
A
tyrant.
tyrant.
A tyrant? I neither. No, none.
You have to pick one, man. Come on.
I don't think I'd like to be I'll be a messiah.
Okay, so you'd be a cult leader.
A cult leader.
No, they're different. They're different. Completely
But
You
different.
call
all
yourself a
cult
messiah.
leaders
This is a cult-
claim
A
that they're
messiah
messiahs.
is more short-lived than a cult leader. A cult leader is all about longevity.
But the cult leaders usually say that they're a messiah.
Yeah, but they're for longevity. An actual messiah, they're in and they're out. They become a martyr pretty quickly.
What?
That's kind of true.
Oh.
Yeah, they're in and they're out. Name a messiah that lasted for a long time.
Alright, fine. I'll give you that one.
So
But I think my
okay,
answer
so
would be cult leader. Mob boss sounds awesome, but it's a little too dangerous.
So what would you be?
A cult leader.
All right.
Tyrant doesn't sound very fun.
Well, yeah, you gotta be like, you gotta have a. I guess you gotta have a flair for politics, and then you just have to be. You have to be ruthless, but you also have to have a flair for politics. If you want to be a mob boss, you just have to be ruthless.
So yeah, things to do in Chattanooga. You could go to Lookout Mountain.
Ooh, yes. Go to Lookout Mountain. Go to Rock City while you're there too.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of these things.
The aquarium I've heard is nice. I've never been. You could go to the, I forget. It's like the Chattanooga whiskey or something like. I don't know.
There is Tennessee
You
whiskey.
don't
I've heard of
drink,
that.
do you? I can't remember. You don't drink, Daniel, right?
I can.
But do you regularly or no?
You know, that's another thing about my event, my gathering tomorrow. It's bring your own beer. It's a beer.
Fascinating.
So, like, am I supposed to bring it? Like, do I get something before on the train? If I take the train, you know, that's more of a short-term issue. The Chattanooga thing, I mean, I got a couple weeks before that. Yeah.
I think you bring a beer on the subway or whatever
Can you
train.
even do that?
I don't think you
Closed.
can do that.
I think you can do it. Can you not?
Yeah, I mean,
What's wrong with
you can
taking
have
it
it in a
closed?
bag or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like an open container.
Just don't open it.
If it's not open.
Yeah.
I actually forget what the rule is on.
Yeah, I don't.
If you're that concerned about it, you put it in a grocery bag. Done.
Well, you know what? Maybe I could get something because
You can bring your drinks in You can bring drinks in resealable containers.
Let me see if there's there's got to be a store nearby where they live because they live right in the middle of the action.
I mean, if you go to the grocery store and you have to get on the metro, what? You can't buy beer?
Actually, hold on. I have to check.
Something's wrong.
So it is unlawful to eat, drink, or smoke in the metro system because of labor and costs associated with maintaining a cleanliness of transportation system. Okay. Well, that sucks. You'll have to figure out another way. Okay, so you can bring it, you just can't consume it.
Yeah. I mean, you can't drink alcohol in public anywhere unless you're in like Nashville or Savannah, New Orleans. So, or not Nashville, sorry, New Orleans.
I wonder if. I wonder if I should switch over to the Green Line. That's closer?
You're in
Yeah,
Gaithersburg, you said, right?
Yeah. Well, I have to take the Red Line in, but I have to go to a location that's not on the Red Line.
Are you in downtown DC proper?
I live in Gaithersburg.
No, you're gathering.
It's in. It's near a circle. That's all I'll say. If you know, you know.
I mean, I know DuPont Circle is a thing. That's about it.
You don't know any of the circles? There's actually, you know what? DC has a lot of traffic circles.
Okay.
They do have a lot of traffic circles. And they don't do it right because they put lights for the traffic circles. It's like, that ruins the whole
defeats
point.
the purpose.
Yeah. Well, the reason it's because DC, unlike
People
a
don't
lot of
know
other
how to.
cities, well, yeah, they don't know how to do it. But
It's a
DC,
grid
like a lot
line.
of other cities, has a lot of like diagonal roads and multiple street intersections.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's not very orthogonal. Like any other city, it's like there's like constantly diagonal roads going around. So they need the traffic circles just because they have streets. They have like 5 street intersections. Whoever designed it, they want it to be.
They designed it to be like Paris.
They designed it to be also like a coordinate system, basically, like a Cartesian grid.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
in other
Chattanooga.
news,
Yeah. Go ahead.
this weekend, not to brag, but I'm going to Jonathan and Kenna's wedding.
Have fun.
Thanks. It'll be
Uh,
a slew of. This is my second out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weddings this year.
just this year?
Just this year,
Oh.
which is crazy. I have one almost like every month.
I know someone else like that.
Who?
I can't reveal that person. You can guess. But yeah, Arianna, I didn't see the invitation that you sent me. I don't know if you were.
The invitation that I sent you?
Yeah, like as your plus one. I don't know. But I didn't get that.
Apologies, Daniel.
I think it got lost in the mail.
Well,
I haven't had that issue in a while, but I did originally.
What? Getting things lost in the mail?
Actually, you know what? There have been crimes at my apartment complex. Okay?
What?
Major crimes. Basically, when I had a whole internet situation, that's a whole other, there's literally, I recorded a whole podcast about this, so you can go back and, I'm not going to rehash it, but I had a whole internet issue, and I ordered a new router. That router got stolen off my porch.
Oof.
Well,
Oh my
not
gosh.
the porch, but like in front of my door, I guess. It's like an apartment building. But yeah, got stolen within
crazy.
minutes of arriving, too. By the way,
Oh
I
my
know this
gosh.
for a fact. Now, I had suffered from this. I went to the leasing office, and they were like, "Sorry, there's nothing we can do." And I said, "Well, may I speak to the manager?" Now, okay, I didn't say, but I was already speaking to the manager anyway. Anyway. So then, time goes by. Fast forward to a couple months ago. I meet my neighbor who, you know what? I don't. You know what? I'm not gonna get into that. Anyway, she's saying, "Yeah, we have a whole group. Yeah, I have a Ring camera. The neighbor across the hall has a Ring camera because her Uber Eats money, or not Uber Eats money, her Uber Eats food got stolen or whatever.
What?
And the Ring camera caught the person, and we know it's someone who lives nearby because they were there within seconds of it being delivered.
Dang.
And they said, yeah, they talked to the leasing office and there's nothing they can do. So yeah, there's a whole crime syndicate going on here of stealing things in front of people's doors. So if you sent me the invitation and it was delivered to my door, Arianna, there's a good chance that the
That's
thief took it.
probably what happened. I mean,
Especially
I
especially if it came in a Chick-fil-A bag, because
They like their
they're going
food.
Look,
they're going after the DoorDash stuff. Yeah.
USPS.
That is strange.
USPS isn't very good in Atlanta. Like, sometimes things get lost for me. So maybe when I sent it, it just got lost, or it made it there and your thief stole it. I don't know.
It couldn't have been USPS.
That would be
Listen,
trash.
USPS is a miracle. Okay, it's like one of the greatest things we do in this country. Right? When you think about it, we have a person from the government visit every single person's house in America every day. We've been doing it for decades.
Uh-huh.
Every single day, we have someone visit your house.
That is amazing. Until
How do we do that?
they lose my check in the mail.
That was probably the guy who stole my router. Let's be honest.
He came to Atlanta and stole my
They were
check.
like, we didn't get a clear shot with the Ring camera because he's wearing a hoodie, but we know he has dreadlocks. I was like, oh boy.
Well, that's
Oh, boy.
less than helpful.
So they think it's like someone who lives like in an adjacent building. I wanted to run a sting operation, but I guess
Oh,
apparently there's
God.
some legal issues with that. So
I was gonna make a joke
What?
that you have only thefts in the building instead of only murders in the building. You could make a podcast about the thefts in your building.
Only thefts?
Yeah. And then
it'd be more like,
investigate yourself. Take matters into your own hands with these women with the Ring cameras.
yeah.
So we're gonna basically start a new. You're gonna start a new true crime
Yeah, it'll be called Only Thieves in the Building.
You could
Good
just
one.
call it Only Thieves, and then rip off the logo of a
No,
certain notorious
it's
website
gonna
during from
be
the pandemic.
it's gonna be Only Thieves in the Building. And obviously the three of us will be on it because that's perfect. And
Yeah, and you guys will
which
be like my Steve Martin and
I
Martin
am an old man,
Short,
yes.
and I'll be
I
Selena Gomez.
I get a new gray hair every
What is
day.
this a reference to?
And
Only murders in the building.
yes.
Ah,
Anuj,
I
you're
haven't.
basically Martin Short, so you're good. You're set.
How am I basically Martin Short?
Do
Yeah,
you
you have
love
to understand. I don't
dips?
get the reference.
Do you love dips?
And do you like chip dips?
I like queso,
Dips?
not
Okay,
salsa.
there you go.
It's good enough.
Do you love the theater?
I mean, I haven't been to the theater in a while, so I can't say.
Close enough.
Do you have a son that you have a difficult relationship with?
No,
Gotta have that. Oh, come on.
Do you have stories of knowing famous people on Broadway in New York in the 80s?
I wish.
Anyway, so yeah, there. That's that.
Yeah. Anything else going on in your life, Daniel?
Let's see. We talked about my Chattanooga. We talked about my gathering tomorrow. Those are the big things.
Those are the big things, huh?
Those are the big things.
Okay.
Anuj, anything going on?
Well, I'm going to Denver next week on Tuesday when the episode comes out. I'll probably be on a plane somewhere over the Great Plains.
What are you doing in Denver?
Work
Fun.
and maybe catch the Braves and Braves at Coors Field.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
That's fun. So wait, tell me more about what you do for work.
So, I've since arriving at work, I've transitioned from writing software and basically doing like cyber capabilities to helping manage programs that write software, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And also like helping with system design and engineering for software systems.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting. It's more of like a program management and like higher level design, strategic kind of thing.
Okay.
I do miss writing code though, so at some point I might get to it. But that's what I do these days.
Gotcha.
It's interesting. There's like personalities within the customer base, and some of them are nice. Some of them are really hard to deal with. Some of them are very ambitious and want to carve out a niche for themselves in this particular customer base. And almost, I won't say at any cost, but like they want a certain degree of influence. It's one of those. But at least the stuff I'm involved with, the guys, the people I work with, I like them. They're
Good.
they're good. They're good people.
And what kind of stuff are they having you do out in Colorado?
Potentially helping evaluate a concept that may involve some AI and autonomous agents.
Exciting buzzwords.
Yes, all of the buzzwords. That's the industry for you.
I mean, that's the spot to be in right now, obviously.
And that's one of the challenges of the job too. You got to be able to suss out the BS.
Mm-hmm.
Like one day it's AI, the next day it's data centricity, the next day it's resiliency. It's a ride.
Yep. Very cool. Hopefully the weather will be nice in Denver.
It's supposed to be.
You can go see the weird horse statue in the airport.
Isn't it just outside the airport? I think I know what you're talking about. It's like greets you as you're driving up, from
No,
like
it's
your
like,
hotel.
it's like a blue horse.
Yeah, it's on like it's on Pena Boulevard, I think.
Oh, yeah. It is outside.
Yeah, you reach it as you're like driving up to the airport.
Lucifer is its nickname.
Yeah. I'll have to find. I'll see if I can find the lizard people for you
Yeah.
in the tunnels underneath the airport, or something like that.
Well, it's too bad you guys aren't in Atlanta this weekend because on Saturday I'm hosting my third bean party.
What party?
Bean party.
I didn't even know these were a thing.
It's not. I made it a thing. So it's basically a potluck where everyone has to bring a bean-based dish.
Damn.
It's awesome.
I was like, I like have a few like. I mean, I can make a pretty mean bean curry. I should.
Well,
Depends on what bean I feel like having that day. It's usually like chickpeas, kidney beans. I've made like a black bean curry. You know the tri-bean blend you can get at Walmart sometimes.
yep.
That makes for a pretty good curry.
Okay.
Um,
Sounds good.
yeah,
Jamie, what's your favorite bean?
and don't say the one in Chicago.
Oh. That was my answer.
Yeah, right.
I don't discriminate by bean. You know, I'm open to all beans.
Sure.
String beans,
But yeah, I'm okay with string beans.
Fava beans.
Yeah,
lima beans.
no problem with lima beans.
Okay. Whatever.
That's a surprise.
Cop out answer. Well,
I don't. You know what? To be honest, I don't really think about beans too often.
I love a good garbanzo / chickpea,
Hey, that's the good stuff right there.
and I love black beans. So,
That's good stuff too. Yeah. Then chickpeas is where it's at.
yeah, agreed. It tastes so good. So, it's going to be a good time. I have bean-related trivia questions for everyone. It's going to be fun.
There's actually like a couple of bean-themed parades during Mardi Gras.
Really?
There's the crew of dead beans,
What?
and there's the crew of red beans.
Interesting. I'm going to have to look up this. This looks
Yeah.
awesome. Why beans? Okay, so
I
dead
don't know.
beans is a spinoff of red beans.
Yeah. The real parade you want to go to if you get a chance at Mardi Gras is Endymion.
Is what?
Endymion?
I've never heard of that. I've never been to Mardi Gras, so
Oh my god, you have to go. It's so much fun.
I bet.
Can confirm. I actually went one time with my sister, so
Oh yeah?
yeah.
Did you go this year?
No, it was 3 years ago.
Okay. That's fun. Yeah, I haven't been in. The last time I went to New Orleans, I was 2 years old, so I don't really remember it.
Oh. Oh, and dress up dress up.
Obviously.
So when we went to Endymion, I dressed up as like as someone who'd just been like bitten by a shark. And then on the actual day of Mardi Gras proper, I dressed up as Sub-Zero.
Nice.
So, yeah, be creative. Go to Mardi Gras, dress up. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I've wanted to go to Mardi Gras. I wanted to go to the Jazz Fest in New Orleans. I would think that'd be fun.
I should go to that too.
Never made it over there, so. There's a bean museum. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's put on by the crew of Red Beans.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god, that's so good.
It's like a bunch of jackets with artwork made out of beans.
That's actually kind of cool.
It's really cool. Wow. So glad to hear about this. I love beans.
How come you never had the bean parties when you were at school?
'Cause I came up with the idea in my last semester of undergrad.
Aww.
So, I know. I wish genius had hit me sooner.
Well, better late than never, right?
So true, Anuj. So true. But yeah. About to go to my sister's graduation.
Nice.
From FSU. And she's about to move to DC to go to Georgetown Law School.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, I'll be in Tallahassee next week for her graduation and get to be with the fam, which is good because, my sister was there at FSU when that shooting happened, and that was scary.
God.
So. Yeah, she was
She
really
okay?
close to it too. Yeah, I mean physically she's okay. Mentally it's shaken her up quite a bit. But yeah, she was like really close. Like she was in the building right next to where it happened. So it'll be good to have the family all together. But yeah. Trying to think of other things happening in my life right now.
Well, if you're gonna visit your sister in DC, let me know when you're in town.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe come play softball with us.
I don't know about that. I'm not a softball kind of gal.
All right.
But
it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll wrap it up there. Unless there's anything else anyone wanted to talk about. My computer is cooking. I don't know what's going on. Probably because I'm recording multiple things. It should be able to handle this stuff.
Yeah, it's just audio. I mean, I've never had my computer overheat when I'm making audio.
This computer loves to... I mean, I'm using 80% of my GPU right now.
What?
I'm recording on two different
Oh.
things, though, so... Because I have the background recording on. Anyway, yeah. Let's see how to stop.